We are going to start. Yeah. My is my screen visible? Hello?
Yes, your screen is very visible. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So next chapter, so in the last session, we have discussed file system hierarchy and so the file attributes. What are the file attributes we have discussed? File name, then modification date, file size. So these things we have discussed till last session. Okay, and very basic things we have discussed. And today we are going to start users, users and user management. So till yesterday, I mean till last session, you guys understand what is command line interface, what is command line interpreter, then file attributes. As I told, file attributes just now we have discussed, and file system hierarchy, and what is the importance, what is the difference between the command line interface and the graphical user interface. And so I introduced these things in front of you. I hope you got to know and had some practice. Okay, had some practice. I will ask one question. Okay, just try by yourself. So what is a command to create an empty file? What is a command to create an empty file? Anyone can?
Touch command.
Which command? Okay, yeah, got it. Cool. Okay. Now list command, the file has been created. Let me long list the file. You can long list. Okay, you can long list because if you want to see the file, just list command followed by the command file name we have to keep. Okay, it will list the file name only. If you long list by a file, if you go with the command long list, it will not only we can see the file name, along with the file name we can able to see the file attributes such as rules. What type of file is this? Set of rules. Okay, then link counts, hard link, soft link, we have discussed. Then who created the file? Who is the group owner of the file? This is default things. Okay, whenever you create the file, the file owner and the group owner will be assigned. Okay, then size of the file. Then what is the date? So what type of date is this? This is created data. This is modification date. Anyone can answer. Is this created data? Is this modification date? Very important. This is. Hmm, hello.
Oh, you want us to answer this question?
Yeah, yeah. So is this creation date or modification date? File modification date. What type of
I
date
think
is?
it's modification. I think.
Yes, exactly. Modification date. So, what is the date? Okay, I'm following EDD date. Okay, let me try to change time date save CDO. Don't bother about this command. Now what is the date? IST. The date has been changed to IST. Okay. Let me create one more file. Carefully listen. File 2. Long list just followed by the file name. It will show the attributes. Okay. So just now I have created the file July 21 7:11 a.m. IST time. Let me go inside the file. Hi Tom. Hi Krishna. Hi Swati. Okay, I have saved some contents. Okay. Mm, Let me check the file attributes once again. We can see the I have created the file. Then I was modified the file at 7:12 a.m. So the date has been changed along with the time the date getting changes. So this is modification. By this way, we can able to understand this is not creation date. This is not the date when I created the file. This is the date when I modified. This is one question. Okay, I wanted to ask. Okay, you guys answered. So practice more. It's very important. And let me jump into the topic. Okay, users and users management. What is users? An individual or human, or you can say individual or a system process that are allowed to perform some task inside an operating system. Okay, inside an operating system. An individual or a system process that are all allowed to perform some task inside an operating system called known as a user. Users. Anyhow, we have to log in as an user. If you want to perform some task inside an operating system, yes, obviously we have to log in as an user. You can see here. So that is an user. Okay. So inside this Windows operating system, I have to log in as an user. So this is normal user, and like that, I'm performing some session inside an operating system. This record will be recorded. Okay. This activities will be recorded in the Windows operating system. Same like Linux operating system. Whenever you open, okay, I'm opening the console. Currently, directly, I can't enter inside an operating system and perform the task. Anyhow, I have to create the user. I have to enter as an user because the activities should get
Your
recorded by the.
screen not share it, Simon.
Okay, screen is not shared.
I just now disconnected.
Okay, okay, sorry, sorry. Yeah, just now I opened the console of workstation. So we had to log in as a user. So directly I cannot get enter inside in the operating system and perform the task whatever I want because I should enter as a user and what are the tasks I have to perform, I can perform. The activities will get performed inside the operating system as a logs. So whatever it may be. Okay. User. This is the definition of the user. We can say that some types of user we have. System user, regular user, means we can say our temporary user or root user. Okay. Who is a system? Who are all the system users? So we are all not the system users. So whenever the system needs and a user for might be for any process, okay, any process, system wants to create a user or some process supposed to be used or some some process needs and users help. Okay, at the time system automatically will create a user, okay, who are all known as the system users. Whenever the system, once the process done, system will automatically remove the user. Mm. We are not aware when the system creates a user, when system deletes, removes a user. Whenever the system wants, the process might be recovers some user's help. At the time, system will create that system user, and once the process is done, might be the system will remove or system keeps those users for further future process. Got it right? These are all the known as the system user. Then what is the regular user? We are all the regular user, temporary user, student. There might be anything. The person who are all joining as a new employee or we can say the temporary users. So they can work for 5 years, 6 years, 8 years. Then they will gain their experience and they want to change their company. Then they will new employee for next companies. They are all the existed employees for their past companies. They are all the temporary users. Then root user. Obviously, system needs by default an a user to perform the administration task. To perform the administration task. I hope you are all aware about the meaning of administration. Administration is nothing but to keep the system works properly, to maintain the system and watch the system's activities, uh, means and save the system from disallowed or unauthenticated users, unauthorized users. Okay. And to keep the system resources safe, to let the system to use the resource properly. Resources means CPU, RAM, storage, utilization. Okay. System by default needs a temporary user to perform the administration to administrate the operating system. An operating system we can say. Okay. System user, regular user, root user. Who are all the users? We can say. So here you can see the in the PDF which I shared with you, you can see the third number, chapter number 3, manage local users and group. The first, what is user? A user account provides a security boundaries between the people and programs that can run commands. This is one more definition you can see, and by you can read by yourself and get to know the meaning. The user account provides a security boundaries. Yeah, obviously. Okay, it will maintain some security boundaries between the users and the programs that can run. Yeah, programs means system user. Another system needs, as I told, the system needs and a user. At the time, system will create the user. Okay. Okay. Then users have users name. Then how can I able to identify? This is next step. Okay, user. They are available inside an operating system. Okay, we got to know. Then how can I able to identify those users? By username, user ID, user the way of by the way of username we can able to identify, by the way of user ID we can able to identify. There are many things and they are explaining the types of users. Super user. Who are all the super user? Root user. They means the root user as a super user. Nothing. And system user is a regular users. Super user account administers the system. Yes, exactly. The user name is root in the Linux operating system. Okay, and the account ID is 0. Just now I told you, right? Then how can I able to identify the user? By the name. What is the name of the super user? Root. Then what is the user ID? UID means user ID 0. Root user who is a user who created very first in the operating system of Linux. Okay, who is the first user, very first user, has the ID of 0, has the ID of 0, user ID. Okay, this is very important. Next, if you go with the ID command, you can able to see the user ID along with the group ID. Groups will be discussed. There are some default things available will be discussed and leave this one as of now leave this one. Okay. Or ID followed by the username. You can follow this syntax. ID command ID command argument. This we can say argument. What are the things you are passing? Argument. Okay. Here you are using username as an argument. Okay. And LL. Okay. Leave as of now. This one I will explain later. Okay. ID user. It will be provide the details of the user. If I want to check ID student user, user ID student. Okay. Group ID also student. This is group ID, group ID and group name. What is a general thing whenever you create the user, how can I able to create command user add command? Okay, you can use a user add command whenever you execute the user add followed by the command. Here user add would be the command. Okay, then followed by username. It will create the user. This command will create the user. What argument I am passing? Username. This command create user. To create an user. Okay. This command will create the user. Whenever you create the user, system by default, system by default, system will create user ID, okay, group ID, group name, user ID, group name, user's home directory. User's home directory. There are some fields. By default, the system will create whenever you create the user. I'm creating one user here. Let me check. Okay, just I'm creating user. User add Galaxy. I'm creating. Or I can take Kumar as a name. So okay. I just created the an user. I just created the user Kumar just now. Then ID Kumar. I'm not created group ID. I'm not created group name. Then how it is okay? Because whenever I created the user, by default, system will create user ID, group name, group ID, group name. One more thing, by default, system will create group name same as the username. Group name same as the username. Group ID same as the user ID. Whenever you create the user and a user, first it will create a user ID, then group name are same as the username. If Kumar is a username, group name Kumar also created, same as the username Kumar. Okay, group ID same as the user ID. So user ID is 1000, same as the user ID. Group name also created. Sorry, group ID also created. Very important this one. Okay, there are some default things that we will discuss. By one we will discuss. Then how can I identify very fundamental things of an user? If I want to identify that there is an user, he is available. If I want to know his fundamental IDs, group names, from which group he is from. We want to know, I can execute the command ID followed by the user. If now come to the things. As of now, I created file two, file, okay, file two. Let me long list. You can list by thing like this also, ls hyphen l. List long followed by the file. What are the file you want? You can now understand what is the purpose of this. Because the file two has been created by the root user. That's why the same attributes applied to the same file. The who is owning the file? Who is the owner of the file? Root user, because he created. Along with that owner, the group, the user attributes. What are the user attributes? If he is in the different group, the group will be allocated. The same group will be allocated to the file. The group owner for the file will be allocated to the file which the root created. Whenever the user try to create the file, okay, the group name will be assigned to the file based on the owner who created the file. The group name of the owner who created the file will be assigned to the file which he created. So understandable, right? I hope you guys understandable. Tom, Krishna,
Yes, Sriman.
yeah, list. Okay, this we are discussing that root with a say file owner, group owner, and what is user. We are discussing that's all. Leave this one. PS AIAU command. Leave as of now. This is processor related command. We will discuss in the process chapter. No problem. Okay. Next, we are going to discuss one important file. Where can I see the system info? Sorry, users information. There is a file. File name is passwd. Passwd is not mean password. Okay, this is a file name which contains. This is a file name which contains users information. That's all. Okay, this file contains which contains the users information. We want to check. Okay, just now I created the user. The username is Kumar. If I want to check the user. The file is located where /etc directory. Where the file is located /etc directory as wd. If you want to see the files, let me do one thing. I am came. Where am I exactly? Present working directory /etc. If I list the files inside the /etc directory, you can see past wd file. Okay. I told you right, root user who is the very first user having the user ID 0. Okay. Just now I created the Kumar user. You can see whenever you create any user, automatically one entry will be system will make one entry. That's all. So one entry will be made by the system in the which file? The file name is passwd file, which is located inside the /etc directory. Let me take this one. Username. This field, what is the purpose of this field? Placeholder for the password. This field redirects one more file, that is shadow file. Whenever you create a password for the user, okay, whenever you create the password for the user, that will be saved in the file. The file name is shadow. This second field redirects the shadow file. This is placeholder for the password, but the password will not be saved here. It will be saved under shadow file. Whenever you create, I have not created the password yet for the Kumar user. No problem. It will be create. Then followed by third field, ID, UID. Fourth field, GID, group ID, and fifth field, sorry, one, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, which I'll let you know. Username, shadow, UID, GID, and home directory. Because each user needs their own home directory. Obviously, they want to save their files, right? Directories. They want to secure their file. They want to maintain. We can see the /home/Kumar. I will see cd/home. Okay. Kumar. You can see the username Kumar. Let me go inside the Kumar. If I create the file inside the where am I exactly? Kumar uses home directory. If I create the file as a root user, the owner will be assigned same as the file owner will be assigned same as the file who created, the person who created the file. because I have logged in as a root user. Then I created the file. That's why inside the Kumar user's home directory, then obviously same ownership will be assigned to the file. Let me do one thing. Let me create the password. Sorry, let me create the password for the Kumar user. 123. 123. What is the command to create the password? Passwd. Let me log in. It's a Kumar user. Now, root user created one file. What is the file? File. The name of file. Next, Kumar going to create one directory. mkdir directory 1. Directory 1. Now, who is the owner for all the files? If you want to check for the directory ls-l, you can go with ls-ld command, or sorry, ls-ld command directory 1, or l-d command. You can go with the same. Now, who is the owner for the directory? Kumar. Because I have logged in as a Kumar user, then created the directory. Kumar has no access for the file 1 to modify it. He can see what's inside the content. We can see what content inside the file, but he cannot modify. He cannot remove the file. Let me try to remove the file. Remove write protected regular empty file. Okay, can able to remove. Okay, he can able to remove the file. Okay, this one I will check and let you know, because who is the owner for the file? Root, but Kumar is other user. Okay, Kumar is other user. He should not able to delete. I will check and let you know this one. Okay, leave this as of now. I'll come to the topic. Uh, we are discussing the home directory, that fields in the fastwd file. These are the fields available in the fast. Whenever you create the user, the default fields will be created. Then what is bash? Environment. Environment. Because either for an user, he should get either graphical user interface or command interface to execute the commands, to work, to execute the task, to perform the task. So without operating system, without, for example, without a computer, how can I able to perform the task? Computer related task. I need computer, right? Like a computer. Like that user needs. Each user should get an environment. Which environment? This bash environment. This environment. I mean this empty. Leave this one. Leave this one. Okay, this right. Kumar at workstation. Leave this one. I'm talking about this white color, right hand side white color environment. What is the environment? Bin bash. What type of environment this is? What is about shell? This is bin bash. Each user should get shell to perform their activities on top of that operating system to communicate with the kernel. If I want to communicate, I should get an environment. Root user should get a Kumar user should get an environment to perform to execute the commands. Okay, Kumar wants to check the files inside the directory, inside his directory. He's asking, then how can he able to communicate with operating system? Through CLI. Okay. In behind command line interpreter is available. It will translate. These are the fields of past WD file. Whenever the user created, by default, system will create the users. That's fields, not users. But along with the username, there's some default fields will be created. That will be get stored in the past WD file. It's very important file. The past WD is one of the important files. That one they are explaining here. Total 7 fields. One more important question. I want to let you know one important thing. How many fields by default fields inside the passability file? 7 fields. I will ask you next session. Okay, passability default fields in passability file is 7. Okay, 7 fields. We have discussed 6 fields. Username. Okay, that placeholder. Shadow is not an answer. Placeholder. Then user ID, group ID. This one command section, command. Just CS means command section. Okay. Then this one more field. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Total 7 fields. Now again, what is the command? If you want, okay, Kumar user. Let me do one thing. Back to the root user because Kumar user wants to execute the administration command, we should not able to execute until get the administration access. We can provide, okay, root user, if root user thinks for some privileges, if Kumar user wants, root user can able to assign that. That we will discuss later. Okay, that is not as of now. No need to discuss. And back to the root user, then only I can able to perform the administration commands. If you want to do some modification in the user. Okay. So let me do something. Kumar is a user who is from developer team. User mod command we can use modify to make a because I created the user. If I want to modify the existing users, present users, I can use a user modification commands. Hyphen C. If you need any help, okay, you can go with the hyphen help command. It will give you the this command will give you the possibilities because here we should understand one thing. We should understand one thing. No need to memorize anything. Okay, if you want, if we not aware any answer or anything, just we can go with some possibilities to find the answer at least. Instead of asking someone, okay, instead of asking someone for the help, at least we can able to go with the possibilities. I'm not aware to command to create the command field. I'm not aware the thing, so I'm going with the hyphen help option. This is command. Okay, hyphen C. Let me do something. He is a developer, followed by the username Kumar, to whom I'm changing. Now you can go inside the slash etc slash past file and check the seventh field has been added. He is a developer. That's all about users to create the user. Okay. Next session we will discuss user modification, how to make changes, user management we can say. Then later we will discuss what is group, then how to manage the group. in you can say group management. Okay, completely this user creation takes 2 3 days. User creation, user management, group creation, group management. Then permissions we have later. Okay, security layer. One by one we'll discuss. Got it right, guys? Cool. Krishna, Tom.
Yes, Sriman.
Yeah, just go through the
Yes.
things. Yeah, just go through the things. The next session we will discuss how to manage the users, along with how to create the group, how to manage the group also. Got it right? So tomorrow we'll start with some question session. Okay, just 5 minutes. Go to the video and any doubt, please note it down and ask me. If any emergency, you can ping me directly. Got it?
Yes, Sriman.
Yeah.
Share this recording.
Yeah. Let me share. Thank you, Krishna. Thank you, Tom. We'll enough for the day. We'll wind up. Got it?
Got it. See you tomorrow.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.